Parents have been asked to dedicate time to their boy child and train them to become future leaders. This is according to the wife of the Lagos State Governor, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, who was speaking at the 2023 Boy Child Initiative.
If you love the boy child, clap your hands.
It's the third edition of the Lagos Boy Child Initiative at Villa Park Hotels and Suites, Amuodofi, Lagos. Primary and secondary school students, parents, traditional rulers, and other stakeholders are here for the 2023 Parenting Seminar.
Apart from Ikeja, the state capital.
An initiative championed by the Office of First Lady, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, who's passionate about correcting the imbalance between the girl and boy child. A reason for educating parenting guardians on how best to train their children without neglecting any of them, irrespective of age or gender.
You, ma'am, for being so intentional about the boy child and making sure this happens again.
Top on the discussion is the issue of drug abuse among boys and possible ways of curbing the menace.
Drug abuse will follow some natural stages. And the first one is initiation. Many people will first of all have to go through a period of initiation where they get in touch with the substance. It can be through friends, by peer pressure. It can be just by curiosity. And they ask people, please, this thing that is in your hand, what is it? I say, it's the thing that makes men men. You say, oh, please, can I just test it? And then they get into the experimental use. Experimental use is when you want to find out if what these people say about what they say is true. So you want to know, this thing, this Colorado self, let me see how it is. Or this weed or marijuana, let me even test it and know whether it is what they say it is. And from the experimental use, they get into the regular use. They start to go for it regularly. And from that, they will end up in the abuse of the substance or drugs. Research has shown that the gap between the boys and girls on substance abuse is narrowing down. In other words, more girls are abusing drugs. However, that will not make us to remove our eyes and our attention from the boy's child, because the boy's child is more likely to be involved in multiple substance abuse.
How best to manage behavioral differences and mentoring boys through the right path is also highlighted by one of the facilitators.
It doesn't matter how many policies we have in the government. We need the parents to do the work. And you must agree with me that we are in a parenting pandemic. And that is why none of us in this hall can just sit back and say to yourself, oh, it's not my problem. My children have turned out okay. If your child have turned out okay, how about the environment of your child? Because we must take responsibility. I want the government to do a lot, but we want to start from individual. The society is the product of the family. It's not the other way around. So the society is what, we have today. It is a product of how our families are running. When people tell me bad governance, Nigerian leadership, I tell them it comes from our family systems. Until we fix our family systems, we go nowhere. And that's why I'm very passionate about parenting. The fact remains that we are raising a different generation. The Gen Zers and the Generation Alpha. I listened to Dr. Okonkwo, and he said something. He said we are in a generation where we're raising different kind of people. It's something different about them. Believe you me, it is. Even if it's not, their environment has changed a lot about them. And this environment will include technology. And we must take cognizance of that. Every child is different. There is no child that is the same. None. No child is the same. You can't raise your child, you can't lump your child together to raise them. So we have now begun to see that there are now behavioral issues caused by ignorance of parents. So if you have children, please take them off the screen. I have children who are almost 14. They don't go on the screen more than an hour or two. They don't need to. Allow your children to interact with their environment.
Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu encouraged parents to be deliberate in their actions towards raising a boy child because it requires painstaking effort and counseling sessions.
The youth council, the youth parliament, the youth community out there working tirelessly with the Ministry of Youth and Social Development, you have your own homework. Don't sit down, look. Please, do not sit down, look. These are youths. We have a lot to put back into the system. There are low-hanging fruits, they're the high ones. There's some simple exercises that you can carry out in your communities. Yes, I've heard that you want the government to also be involved. The government will play its part, but the youth too have their own part to play. The community, the homework is to be like informants. Thank God for this initiative. We're hearing that we should check the lands that are being given out because quite a number of them in Ajegule community are used for hotels. So we need to have our monitors, our wole-woles to check what is happening in the areas. The media, you have homework. The media, your own role is to please stop encouraging bad actors. We have quite a lot of bad mentors out there. You keep on showing them out there. Some of them have a lot of bad morals. They might be rich, but their morals are not okay. Some of their morals are questionable. Let's not keep on promoting such. Our children are at risk. They're exposed to so many things. They can't even control what they are seeing anymore. And that's why you still need a parent figure, a guardian, to still control the minds of our children by telling them what is right. A lot of wrong things are out there that are considered as right. They are innocent, they are young. They need someone to tell them what is right because everything is just bit upside down. So they still need us. That is why you are sitting down here today.
The event was rounded off with the presentation of cash and gift prizes by Mrs. Sanwo-Olu to outstanding 4 winners of the inaugural talent hunt competition in robotics and mechatronics, asking them to keep up the creative skills, resist from being influenced by wrong peer groups.